What's up, YouTube? Go and pull up a chair here. Gonna cut that off. Gonna cut that off right there. Cut that off. That's my boy right there, man. That's like, man, that dude is like my top wrestler right now, man. Like, anybody who knows me knows, like, you know, during the golden days or whatever era back in the day, Federation days, you know, it was the Ultimate Warrior. Then, you know, time went along, Attitude Era, it was Triple H. You know, I can't really say, you know, Ruthless Aggression Era. I mean, I was a Triple H fan. I mean, I still am. But this guy, it just somehow just captivated me to him. So he's like the next on my list is Dean Ambrose. I don't know. I think he's going to go down as one of the best ever. Just me. You know, whatever. But anyway, as you can see in the title, this video, shout out to my boy Todd Moscowoka. He been waiting for this video here for a minute. And this video, what I'm going to talk about, man, is just this whole, the belt game and different things in the belt game that, you know, that I've learned, that I've seen, that bother me, all this stuff. I'm going to try to put this all in this one video. I doubt if I can, but I'm going to try. Okay, so, you know, let's just go ahead and just get into it. I'm not going to waste you guys' time. I've already done that. I haven't been on here in so long, so you know what? I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. You know, so where do I start? And I'm going to start, I guess, with this whole, I'm going to start with something that I do. Something that I do with belts. And I'm going to start with the things that bother me with the belt game. You know, well, no, you know what? Let me back up. I started this whole belt thing about 2 years ago now. You know what I'm saying? I've been in it about 2 years. I still consider myself a baby, you know, to this whole thing. Wrestling terms, I still consider myself green to this whole thing. There's a lot of things that I've learned, but then, you know, it's a lot of, I'm still learning as I go, you know, every day. And, you know, but, oh yeah, I know some of you guys probably like, why has he got on a CM Punk beanie with a Dean Ambrose shirt? I don't want you guys to see my hair just yet, so, you know, whatever. But anyway, but here's my thing, man, you know, I've grown a lot in this thing. You know, it's a lot of things that I've switched up in my belt collection. You know, whatnot. It's a lot of belts I don't have anymore that I started off with that I had. You know, I've either sold them or whatnot, or just got rid of them or whatnot. So, but you know oh yeah, if you're not on CBU, go check out the Facebook page. After a while, I'll start leaving a link in the description. If you guys want to follow me outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll start leaving a link for that too. And also go like the Facebook page, the Hayes Boys. Okay? But you know, the things I have learned, you know, in this whole this belt game is, you know, one thing's respect. You gotta have respect in this thing, you know, for one another. But, you know, I know that lacks at times, but you got to have that. And the number one rule that I've learned is that you have to pay to play. I'm going to say that one more time for you guys who don't understand that. You have to pay to play. In other words, if you want certain things in this game, or you want certain belts, you're going to have to come off some money for it. You know what I'm saying? We did have a chat a few weeks ago talking about different type of subjects in the belt game. And matter of fact, if you guys are watching, we're probably going to have one tomorrow night. So go ahead and tune into that. It'll be sometime tomorrow. We'll post it on the Facebook page, and I'll make a video before we go live. But anyway, you know, and that's one of the things Todd told me that, you know, before, like right when I got into this whole thing. You know, a lot of you guys, y'all like to lowball. You know, and let me break that definition down for you guys that don't understand it. And lowballing, and if you're watching this also from the sneaker game, you know, my sneaker people out there, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about because it happens with dealing with shoes too. And that's if you have a certain price for something. So let's say I have a belt and I want $300 for it, and you offer me $150 for the belt, and you're dead fucking serious about that. That's lowballing. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know good and damn well how much these damn belts are worth. You know what I'm saying? And that's a thing a lot of you guys don't do, and that's research. I did research before I even bought my first belt for like a year. I didn't even know the difference between a replica or real belts, replica, and commemorative. I didn't even know the difference, and I had to do my research on all this stuff and find this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? So for you guys who don't know what commemorative is, those are the plastic belts. A replica, or what I have here, metal plates. And then you have real belts, you know what I'm saying, which are metal plates, probably, to me, is probably the top notch of the top notch of the top notch replica. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on real belts. I'll probably talk a little bit about that too, but I had to do research. A lot of you guys don't do research, man. And then you get on here and you claim that you know everything about this stuff, and you don't know shit. Nothing. So you're coming at somebody, and then when they don't give you that lowball ass price, then you get upset about it. You know what I'm saying? And you want to troll their eBay account or whatever the fuck it is, or you want to troll them, or you want to get mad and put them on blast on a Facebook page or whatnot. And you just, do your research, fellas. Gals, you know what I'm saying? Do your research. And it'll take you a long way. Respect in this hobby will take you a long way. Cause trust me, if you try to get over in this game, people are not gonna fuck with you at all. And I'm not gonna give him necessarily a plug on my channel, so I'm not even gonna say his name, but Todd, Jose, Nelson, all these guys that are watching know exactly who I'm talking about, who can't do business with anybody. Nobody will not fuck with this guy. There's a couple of you other guys out there too. Nobody will fuck with you. And the thing about it is, you may be trying to be very genuine too now. You probably learn from your mistakes and you're trying to be genuine, but you're fucked forever. Because you had no respect for the game. Because, and that goes, and what I mean by being disrespectful in this game is scamming people, trying to get over, lowballing, all that type of stuff. That's not a part. In either of the hobbies I'm a part of, that shit is just not, it's not tolerated, man. And I don't know why you guys continue to try to do stuff like that. I really don't. If you want to spend a certain amount of money, then you need to stay in that lane of that price of money you have. So if your lane is $200, you're gonna get a belt that's worth $200. May have some scratches on it, this, that, and the third, or something like that. You may luck up. You may, because that's the thing. But see, that comes along the line of respect. Because you may have somebody that just either want to get rid of the belt or have enough respect for you. Man, I'm going to hook him up because he's my boy, or because I respect him. You know what I'm saying? You can't see, but, I will pull it out right now. I'll pull it out later. And no, fuck it, I'll pull it out right now so you guys can see. Give me just a second. But this belt right here, this particular title right here, boom, Rated R Spinner. Now, we all know this belt is in mint condition too. I got it like this. And the thing about this belt and why it means what it means to me, because I got hooked up on this out of a whole respect thing. I dealt with my boy Todd, a few times prior to this, and paid what he asked me to pay on certain things. Didn't jack him around. He knew I wanted this title belt, and as soon as he got it, boom. And I'll just put it out there for some of you guys that don't know or probably think, I paid probably half what this belt is worth. So you do the math. You know what I'm saying? And, that means a lot to me. And it's a lot of other belts, a few other belts that I've gotten, you know what I'm saying, where, people looked out for me. That comes along the lines of respect. You got to earn that shit. But some of you guys, y'all don't, you don't know nothing about that, so you're not trying to do that, And it's a shame, man. It really is, but, you guys gonna do what you do. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna switch up, and since I pulled out my Rated R, spinner, which is partially restoned, it's not all the way restoned. has J-Mar nameplate. Again, you know, these things are hard to find, but yet and still, when you earn respect of others, they give you information on how to get shit like that. You know, or whatnot. Just my opinion. But, you know, moving on to something now, I'm going to move on to something that I do. And that's this whole restoning thing. And some of you guys, you know, you think that people that restone belts, that we try to conceal, you know, information. We don't want to share information with people and stuff like that. And again, that's not the issue. It's the fact that maybe some of us want you to get out and do some research on it, because I know for me, I had to. Only one person, I'm going to shout him out in a second. Only one person has helped me on this whole restoning journey that I've been on. Nelson Flores, Replica Pro Wrestling. That's the only guy that's giving me information on restoning belts. And the thing is, I didn't want to go, me personally, I didn't want to go out and ask. I take that back. Another guy's name is Russ. But he really gave me through his videos. I never really like hit him up and asked him this, that, and the third. It just through his videos, just watching the video over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, a lot of you guys, man, y'all just, you want somebody to give you something. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about even that, I've done that. I've researched and got certain lists or whatnot, or just kind of pieced together, or kind of eyed it and pieced it all together, and came up with my own list. And that's the thing which you guys don't understand in this whole restoning thing, that you got guys out here that restone, but everybody may do it different. So I may do it different from this guy over here. But then if you get the information from me, and then you get it from someone else, and he tells you something different, then now you're, oh, well, he don't know shit, or he can't fucking restone because this, that, and the third. And a lot of guys just don't want to deal with that. I know me personally, I don't. So that's why, like, in a way, I don't mind answering a question or this, that, and the third, but I always tell people, you know, this is how I do it. You know what I'm saying? You may find out a different way, but this is how I do it. And I said this in the chat, and I'm gonna grab this belt too, so I can show some of you guys, you know. And I'm gonna put up a video with all my restone belts. But here's my big logo. You know what I'm saying? And with this belt, some guys, if you guys can see across the top, some guys use 6 mil stones going around the borders. I use 8. They look better to me. There's not a right or wrong. They just look better to me. And you guys can see. You probably really can't even tell the freaking difference. But that's just, again, that's what I do. And, you know, that's like I said, that's the whole thing with this whole restoning thing. You know, everybody does it different. It's not the fact that somebody doesn't want to give you information. It's not the fact that somebody doesn't want to help you out. It's just that some of us don't want to give you the information, and then you go get the information from somewhere else, and then now you're trying to pretty much put my work down, or you're trying to put the next man's work down because you got information from someone else. So that's why we rather say, hey, you go do your own research and you find out. We did it, so why is it that you can't? That's my whole thing, you know, with the whole restoning thing. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. And then I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. And, you know, because I don't want to give y'all everything I want to talk about with this. I'm just giving you a piece. But that's this whole real versus bootlegs versus replicas versus this. And I'm pretty sure I ain't going to be able to get everything out. But if you're watching this shit from the sneaker game, you may know where I'm going, because it's the same argument with reps and authentics. It's in the belt world, the argument's the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? You got people that get upset because somebody buys a bootleg belt, or somebody, you know, or whatever, and you know, or whatever, from a site, Classic Shields. So it's just like in the shoe game, how we have these sites where you can go buy shoes. It's the same thing in belts. It's these sites you can go and you can buy belts. You know what I'm saying? And you got guys that get upset, and try to make a point. And that's the thing. You guys that collect real belts, I'm pretty sure people that buy bootlegs or whatever, motherfucker, we know. Well, I don't buy bootlegs. I don't have a bootleg. But they know. You don't have to give them the whole fucking definition. Well, they're stealing, and how would you feel if they were stealing your design and this, that, and the third? Motherfucker, did you make the damn belt yourself? No, you didn't. If Dave Milliken or J-Mar or somebody not tripping, or even if they are, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop certain shit like people replicating your shit. I know it sucks. It really does. But just because, my thing is, and like I said, I don't mind people making the argument or whatnot or trying to make their point. I don't mind that. It's just when people start bashing and start trying to, where you fucked up and you're broke and you don't have no money to go buy a real belt and all that shit. Like, all that stuff is where it starts to really bother me. And I don't understand why grown men are doing this shit to each other. I really don't. I don't understand. As people, how are we doing this to each other? Tearing each other down like that over material things. I don't get it. I really don't. And if, that's my thing. I don't care. You spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on. It's just like for me. I told somebody one time I probably will never buy a real belt. Somebody will tell me, don't say that. What the fuck you mean don't say that? I got 2 girls who I want to go to college and all that stuff like that. I'm not spending no $2,000 on no belt. I can go do something else with that. I can go buy a replica belt and buy other shit for it. And I understand you guys that that do collect real belts that say, well, all the money you put into a replica, you can just buy a real belt. I get that. I understand that. But that works for you. That may necessarily don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the fact that I'm not going to go out and buy a real belt, that I'm broke, or that I don't have the money, or that I can't do that. I just rather spend my money somewhere else. It's just that simple. Just like with somebody else. They just rather spend their money somewhere else. It's just like I said. I mentioned shoes again. Just like when some people want to buy from the websites. Some people want to go and stand in the line and all that shit, or whatever. That's what they want to do with their money. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. The only difference between the shoes and the belts is that, sometimes with shoes, if you try to buy them from a store, retail store, or whatever, they're gone, so they're not accessible anymore, so you may have to fucking go to the sites. You know what I'm saying? That's, if you watch my last video about Jordans, that's one reason I don't really fuck with, that's another reason I don't really get Jordan stuff no more. I have access to all of that stuff now. If I want to go and buy I'll go to the fucking site and get them if I missed it. Belts, you can't necessarily do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't really necessarily have a release date for belts. And, belts don't sell out like Jordans, and then they're not bringing them back out for years and this, that, and the third, whatever. They may sell out when they first come out, and then, you got to wait till they restock, and then, the rest is history, whatever case may be. It's just that's where it's different at. But you guys who sit back and you bash guys, and that's the thing, I'm going to say this, and it's just what kills me, because it's a lot of guys that I did watch on YouTube before that kind of, just by watching their videos, helped me learn the difference. But then they're the same guys who bash shit that they started out with. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's like guys who, on the sneaker side, that was fucking around with sites and buying replicas and shit, and all of a sudden, they done got a little name for themselves, and they buying, they're able to go and buy the shoes out of the store and shit, and now all of a sudden, they talking about the fucking websites. Same shit happened in the belt game. You got guys who started off buying replicas. They were doing reviews and everything, and in-depth reviews on fucking replica belts from WWE shop, but then yet still, they done got the hand on a new belt, or a real belt, and now it's like, well, fucking let's bash the replicas. Joe hypocrite ass. That's bullshit right there, man. I don't get that. But you guys, that's what you guys do. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm not here trying to say fuck dudes that buy real belts, or fuck dudes that buy replicas, or fuck dudes that buy bootlegs. I'm not here to say none of that. You buy whatever the fuck makes you happy. For me, it's buying replicas. I can get what I want, and and in that process, I picked up a new fucking skill. You know what I'm saying? Restarting for me is therapy. I like doing that shit. So some people, they want to do that, guys. So you don't have to necessarily bash them because that's what they do. That's what they like to buy. That's what they want to spend their money on. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you know, for you guys that may not be understanding or following me, you know, or with the price range, you got these real belts that are out here. These belts can run anywhere from, shit, maybe, shit, what, $500-$600 all the way to fucking 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? And you got the replicas, you know what I'm saying, you can get, you know, at the most, you're going to pay maybe $450 from WWE Shop, you know, to get the replicas. You know, bootlegs probably a little lower than that. I don't know. I've never bought a bootleg, so I really don't know the price range on those. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they're a little lower than, you know, replicas that you get from WWE Shop. You know, and I understand some of you guys, for, you know, in the real belts, you know, you guys save your money and stuff like that or whatever, you know, to buy your real belt. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? In my book, that's cool. I said, but I'd rather just do something else with my money. That's just me. You know, I'm not going to spend that type of money on a belt that's going to just sit here in the case. And I'm the only person that's going to be able to see it, unless somebody's doing a video or something. You guys can see it too. But other than that, really gives a damn. You know, and again, just like I said in my shoe video, it's something about this shit that where people think that they become some type of real fucking man or something because all of a sudden they got a real belt. So I'm a real man. I'm a real man now. The guys who buy replicas are bitch ass dudes. Chill out with that, man, for real, because now that goes into that whole thing of bashing, man. And I think I'm 22 minutes in. So, you know, those are the three things I want to hit on. I'm probably gonna come back and hit on some more stuff, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot. So I appreciate you guys sitting through this, you know, or whatnot. Like I said, once again, you guys check out the chat. Pretty much everything that I say here will probably end up saying on the chat as well. But I just want to be, you know, in here by myself so that way I can put it out there, you know, or whatnot. So once again, it's your boy HH the Great, man, and I'm out. Peace.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay.